I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West side.
Yo, what's up, boys? Stick Daddy 27's back up in here. New Dandadan episode dropped, and this is the only thing keeping the voices away, so y'all get another video. We resume where we left off at Gigi's introduction, and I'm not gonna lie, this may be the biggest aura loss I've ever seen in Dandadan so far. Because if you've seen him in the last episode, you could physically feel his aura. But turns out he's just a goofy guy, which I can't hate on him because he's just like me for real. Anyways, Gigi makes himself at home because he's living with them now. I'll get back to that in just a second. Anyways, Ira leaves because of some Ragnarok shit. I don't know, she's always tweaking. But honestly, I think Ira just did for the sake of the plot, which makes sense, but yeah. I think it's safe to say that we are not seeing Ira again for the rest of the season. Okarun also decides to leave, and Momo and Ken are doing some cute shit again. And I can't be acting like I don't like this shit. I mean, it be bringing back my faith in humanity, so I can't complain. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Ken is gonna need to lock in. He keeps selling by being all gloomy, like bro, you don't even know Gigi and he's already selling. Like, am I the only one that finds this absolutely diabolical? Anyways, back to why Gigi is living there. Well, both of Gigi's parents are in the hospital because their house was haunted by a ghost, and now he can see ghosts. And I get that on first glance this shit may seem light, but it turns out that Gigi called 5 famous exorcists, and after dealing with his house, 3 of them ended up offing themselves. And even though I'm not an expert myself, I think I know why they did that. You see, my theory is that the ghosts made them listen to some rod wave, and that is why they killed themselves. But hey, that's just my prediction. So basically, Granny Psycho's the only person that can help him out. But then Psycho says she ain't doing shit because her power is weakened out of the city and decides to throw her granddaughter at this demon. And despite my clear bias of Granny Psycho in these past few videos, Granny Psycho, what?
I didn't care anymore.
As her man, I must say, this is bad grandparenting. I feel like she's just trying to get Momo killed, but that's just me. Anyways, Gigi joins the gang at school, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm all up for the goofiness, but this motherfucker is doing the absolute most. The worst part is that he's still rising up the Huz despite the aura loss. On top of that, bro is a top tier troll, cause why the hell did he lie about being in an ancestral relationship with Momo? W homegirls for defending Kenny though. On Kenny's side of things, he's feeling jealous as hell, and I'm not gonna lie, I get it. I felt this level of jealousy and hatred many times in my life, so I know what's surging between him. And right now, we're lucky that Kenny is a saint, because if I had his powers, you would never see Gigi ever again if I see him as competition for my girl. My bad for all that negativity, I had to get some shit off my chest. But anyways, Ken puts all that jealousy to his gym gains, which you gotta respect. But then Momo finds him, and he stays locked in until Momo offers to defeat him while he's working out. Now, this show has a lot of cute moments, but for some reason, this one really tugged at my heartstrings, man. This shit got me in my feels. They asked Trini to start dating already. And you know Okarun is locked in because his ass did not decline that shit and was ready till Gigi, the D1 cock blocker, entered the scene. Now listen, I fuck with Gigi, but hey man, you're cock blocking right now? Like, let big Kenny get some action. Like, I'm swinging on side from Kenny. Then Gigi also calls Okarun just a friend, and then gets Momo all over him because he got a limited flavor of her favorite drink. And if I'm Ken, we're off at this point. Ken has a different thought process than me though, and decides to sadly walk away because he couldn't bear to watch that shit. And that's just when the Dandadan randomness kicks in, because some dude who's naked is running and yelling at full speed out of nowhere. And pause. Before I continue onto this segment of the video, I just need to talk about something at this point. I don't know if y'all realize, but this is the 11th episode of the season, meaning that next week is the last episode for a while, and I don't think I'm ready for that, chat. What the hell is gonna keep me entertained during this time, chat? The Dandadan depression is already kicking in, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad, chat. This show is so damn good, and even though there's information about season 2 coming like 4-5 days after the season ends, I'm afraid that shit's gonna take a while. It's alright though, cause as soon as the season ends, I'm reading the manga. But anyways, I don't want to keep y'all holding, so resume. The bug booty naked guy is called Taro, and he comes out of nowhere on a rush to somewhere and stiff arms Ken so hard that it looks like he was Derrick Henry out there. Momo was about to stop Brody, but then Gigi dives and stops Momo from doing so, and I can't really diss Gigi here because he didn't know at this point that she had powers, but this causes the situation to escalate. Momo grabs onto him because she sees that Taro may have Okarun's golden ball, and they start getting dragged by Taro, and Ken's ass starts tweaking because he hates the fact that Gigi won't let go, so he decides to outdo him and go full turbo granny mode. We get this whole chase scene with Momo, Ken and Gigi ass trying to stop Taro from running from God knows where, but this shit's lit fam, this shit got me feeling like I'm in Fast and Furious. They're dodging car after car, jumping on buildings like Spider-Man, breaking power lines, jumping over traffic, running over houses, and this shit's lit. They dodging this shit like they're prime Cody Garbrandt, man, that's crazy. They finally catch a hold of him again whilst they're running on the roofs on the buildings. And if I'm the owner of that house whose roof got destroyed, I'm boxing somebody up at that point, but that's just me. Anyways, he's finally been stopped, and out of nowhere, this MF breaks and then reassembles out of nowhere. Like, I haven't watched the One Piece anime in a whole 8 months at this point, so why am I seeing Buggy D Clown and Dandadan? Anyways, they lose track of him, and I'm not even gonna lie, that shit's impressive with Kenny's speed. But then Momo suddenly starts punching something in her hand, and we start hearing screaming in the distance. They follow the constant noise of yelling until the gang ends up in the junkyard, and it turns out Momo was straight up torturing this dude slash puppet because her ass grabbed his heart when he disassembled and started punching him. Before they even start questioning bro about the whole golden nut, we hear talking from the pile of junk and ends up digging to find his other puppet who is his lover called Hannah. Before I move on, I just want to say, how damn long were they chasing bro for? This chase started during lunchtime at school, so why is the sun setting? Anyways, that boy Taro starts confessing his love towards Hannah, and it turns out bro's whole rampage was trying to find her, and she starts turning him down, telling her he needs to leave because she's already cooked and their manufacturer's dates are way too far apart. That's when Taro starts talking about how he doesn't care about it all, and I can't lie, Taro's being mad relatable right now. I know him is for Hannah, but for me, it's Psycho. Like, you know, me and Psycho's manufacturer's dates are very far apart, but I'm willing to be a victim for her. But anyways, Ken starts realizing Taro's love for Hannah is similar to his love for Momo. As before he met her, his life was boring and colorless, and this is something that really touches Ken's soul, and you can tell. And for possibly the first time all season, Okarun finally looks locked in.